Good morning, everybody. Hello. Happy 1st of June. Happy Saturday and happy long weekend. How fabulous is that? We've got a long weekend. It's great to be with you today on Hutt Radio, your voice in the valley. This is the Joy Temple program and my name is Janie and I'll be here with you until 11 o'clock this morning. And, it's looking pretty wild outside today. So my guest on the show today is a lovely lady called Angela, and she is a local fortune teller. And today she will be joining me to talk about this interesting line of work and the gift of being psychic. She'll be with me from about 9:30 a.m. So hang around for that because it's going to be a really fascinating show. I think there'll be lots of questions I have for Angela today, and I'm sure she'll be sharing lots of things that we might all be curious about as to the life of a fortune teller. And my history of going to fortune tellers dates a long way back, and in fact it's generational, right from myself, my mother, my grandmother. So we've all been spending a lot of our lifetime, visiting the psychics. So do you have anything special planned for this long weekend? Oh, it's really nice to have a bit of a break, isn't it? In fact, we've got 2 holidays coming up this month. Later in the month, we have Reiki, and I'm going to have a beautiful guest coming in on the 15th of June. One of the lovely ladies I work with will be coming in to talk all about Reiki because it's something very, very close to her heart and to her family's heart. So I'm really looking forward to learning more about Reiki because it's a new holiday for us to be celebrating. And for me, as somebody who hasn't, spent a lot of time in New Zealand, I really love learning more about the culture, the people, the customs. So it's going to be a really fantastic show on the 15th of June when we talk about Reiki. Now, are you going away for the long weekend or staying home? What's your plans? I'm having a pretty quiet weekend and looking forward to just doing some things around the house. I'm not a great gardener. In fact, I don't know that it is gardening weather this weekend, but we'll find out when I check the weather. I'm not a great gardener, but I am going to try and cut back some of the bushes that may have died off for the winter. Or they could possibly be dead. I don't know because, as I say, I'm not a gardener and, it's one of the things I love about my mum visiting. She really gets out in the garden and helps us sort it out because I'm pretty clueless. So I will be attempting to get rid of all those dead, or maybe dead, or not so dead bushes in our backyard. Let's have a look at the weather, hey? We'll check out for the long weekend. So today we're heading for a top of 17 and a low of 8. Currently feels like 15. It's a bit warmer, isn't it? Which is really nice. It's going to be mostly cloudy, a possible afternoon shower in the far north, then scattered evening rain. There will be strong northwesterlies, gales gusting up to 110 kilometres an hour in exposed places from late morning. And it certainly was windy when I stepped out the door this morning. Tomorrow, Sunday the 2nd of June, we're heading for a top of 16 and a low of 7. It will be partly cloudy with isolated showers north of Wellington City in the morning. There'll be light winds, northerlies developing in the evening. And for Monday, our long weekend special day, it will be a top of 15 and a low of 8. It's going to be fine, but becoming cloudy in the afternoon with the chance of a shower, and there'll be strong southerlies developing in the afternoon as well. So quite warm, which is really nice, hey? Something to look forward to in that regard because it certainly has been chilly. Now I'm just going to play a couple of songs, and as I said, Angela will be coming in about 9:30 to the studio to talk about her work as a fortune teller. So just take it easy, relax, wherever you may be. You can listen in on iHeart Radio. Our station is Hutt Radio, your voice in the valley, 88.3 FM. And this first song I'm going to play is Dua Lipa, Training Session.
Hey. Hey, what's up? Yo, what's good?
Hey, beautiful.
Short stop.
Nice. I apologize together. I know I fucked up.
I just hope that you want to spend more time. What I called to say really is,
Are you someone that I can give my heart to? The mailbox
Radio,
is full and cannot accept
music,
any messages at this
podcasts,
time. Goodbye.
all on one app and all free. Download the iHeartRadio app today. iHeartRadio.
Welcome back to the Joy Temple program. My name is Jenny. That was Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. And what a classic song that is. And I've probably got quite a few older songs to play today, which is really cool. I loved having that opportunity to provide a mix of different songs, throughout the show. So it's the 1st of June and we're nearly halfway through the year. Eek! At the start of the year, I like to make a list of things I'd like to do or achieve throughout the year. I think it's really important that we, do things for our own experiences and growth and enjoyment. Life is about having joy and pleasure. And when we can factor in some really great experiences into our life, it certainly makes life more enjoyable, which is the whole focus of my show, Joy. And this year, I have ticked off a few of my favourite things, which is fantastic. Do you have a similar list? Do you have a list of things that you start at the beginning of the year and then tick off as you go through, things that you really want to do to bring you joy and satisfaction? So far, I have crossed off the following. I have started dance classes, which is really fantastic, rock and roll dancing. I've given up alcohol, which is something that I had been thinking of doing for a while, and I haven't had any alcohol since the 25th of March, and I tell you what, I feel fantastic for that. I've been painting more. I love that. I've been getting back into my mandala work, and I wanted to do a new big juicy project this year, and now I've got this fabulous radio show. How cool is that? So that's some of my things. You're welcome to share anything that you've been, working on this year on my socials. I'm on TikTok, Facebook and Instagram at The Joy Temple, and I'd love to hear what you are up to. How about we have another song? And this is a very cool song. This is Daddy Cool by Boney M.
She's crazy like a fool.
What about Daddy Cool?
Oh, how cool was that? That was Daddy Cool by Boney M. What a classic song that was. And this has been one of my dancing songs of late when I do my kitchen dancing of a morning, which I absolutely love. And I share that on my TikTok. And honestly, you'd never underestimate how much joy you bring to other people by some of the little things that you do. Joy is just, it's such a big part of my life, and it's such a part of what I feel my passion and purpose is in life, spreading joy to others. So that was Daddy Cool, which is very cool. Now, Angela has arrived in the studio. She's getting herself all organised to come on air very soon, so that's very exciting. And as I said, 1st of June, we're heading towards the first half of the year. Now, today is the day where we recognise some world days. Well, every day we recognise world days because there's so many different things that we can celebrate each day. But today I have a few that I would like to share with you. Today is International Tabletop Day. Do you know what that is? It's a day to celebrate and play tabletop games like Monopoly, which was the hero of board games when I was growing up. But times have moved on and we now have a whole new wave of board games, and many of them are in that kind of fantasy realm. And this weekend is WellyCon. So if board games are your thing, then head down to Tarkina Events Centre to join the fun. It's also Dinosaur Day, and it's Oscar the Grouch Day. Who remembers Oscar the Grouch? Oh, Sesame Street was one of my, go-tos when I was a little girl, and Oscar was certainly one of my favourites because he was so grouchy, but he was really kind of cool in a grouchy kind of way. And today is also Say Something Nice Day, a day dedicated to lifting people's spirits and spreading kindness and positivity through kind words. Nurturing positive connections is so important, whether it's family, friends, co-workers, or even strangers. And the power of our words should never be taken for granted, as their impact is very lasting. Now, speaking of words, this is Nora Jones, and this song is Those Sweet Words.
Did you say? I know I saw you singing, but my ears won't stop ringing long enough to hear those sweet words. What did you say? End of the day, the hour hand has spun, but before I just have to hear those sweet words spoken like a melody. All you love is a lost balloon rising up through the afternoon till it could fit on the head of a pin. Come on in. Did you have a hard time sleeping? 'Cause the heavy moon was keeping me awake, and all I know is I'm just glad to see you again. See my love like a lost balloon rising up through the afternoon, and then you appeared. What did you say? I know what you were singing, but my ears won't stop ringing long enough to hear those sweet words and your simple melody. I just have to hear those sweet words spoken like a melody. just wanna hear those sweet words.
Welcome back to the Joy Temple program. That was Nora Jones, those sweet words. How are you doing today? It's a little wild out there today, so I hope you are going to do something that'll keep you out of the wild weather, because it certainly is pretty windy and expecting to get even worse later on today. Now, Angela's with me. She's getting herself settled in, and as all of my guests who come to the show all start off feeling a bit nervous, which is understandable. Coming on live radio is kind of a nerve-wracking thing, and certainly for me, when I decided I wanted to do a radio show and did my training, I was just like, what do I do? What do I say? And it's amazing how quickly we get over those nerves and are able to settle in, excuse me, and just enjoy being in the moment. So I hope that Angela's going to enjoy being in the moment today and sharing some beautiful stories with us. It's 9:24 a.m. It's the 1st of June, pinch and a punch for the first of the month, and it's a long weekend. Can't get better than that, can we? How fantastic. I'm just going to let you know about some of the other great shows we have coming up, because we have some really great volunteer presenters who come into the station each week and share some of their joy of wanting to give back to the community through doing their programs. So there's my, excuse me, everybody, there's myself, Janie. I'm here every Saturday from 9 till 11 doing the Joy Temple program, and my show is really just about bringing joy to other people. I have guests coming in. We get to play some of their music, find out what brings them joy. So it's just a really light-hearted way to ease into the weekend. Following me, we have the Light in the Valley show from 11 till 1, and that is a Christian show with a focus on the Filipino news and happenings. On Sundays from 11 till 1, we have Ted Bagley coming in with the Fresh Brew show, and Ted is fantastic. He gets guests in to tell us all about what's happening with the local music scene. He has really cool bands from the local area coming in to share what they're up to. And on Tuesdays from 1 to 2 p.m, we have Andrew Hardwick with his Change Habits and Thrive program. Andrew is a hypnotherapist, and he will talk about a different topic each week that has to do with some of our habits that you might wish to change. And he also has a guest who comes in once a month to spend some time in the studio with him. And on Wednesdays from 12 to 2, we have the Liquid Lunch with DJ Doo-Wop Ryan, and he brings his turntable in and spins records, does vinyl chat and music venue promos. So we've got some really great presenters who are here volunteering at the station, and if you would like to have your own show, get in touch with the station, because maybe there's something that you would like to do to share with the world on community radio here on Hutt Radio, your voice in the valley, 88.3 FM. It's 9:26. I'm going to play a song, and this song is an Olivia Newton-John song. We're going to have a couple of Olivia Newton-John songs today, and the reason for this is when I met my guest Angela a couple of weeks ago, this was a song that, well, not this song, but Olivia Newton-John came up in our reading, which was, I thought, really hilarious. Now I have to find it. Oh, maybe I don't have it. Yes, I do. And it's You're the One That I Want from Greece. Such a beautiful song, Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. And Angela and I kind of bonded over Olivia Newton-John when we first met. Now, she'll be coming on in a couple of minutes after this song, so sit back and enjoy. And well, if you don't want to sit back, you could always get up and dance. You're the One That I Want.
Sandy? Tell me about it, stud.
I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control, 'cause the power
Welcome back to the Joy Temple program. That was Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, You're the One That I Want. So there's quite a bit of energy happening in the studio this morning, which is fantastic. I like the good energy. This is Hutt Radio. My name is Janie, and I have a beautiful guest with me this morning. Her name is Angela, and I think we're just ready to get into it. Angela, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Jan. I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah. How are you feeling?
Very nervous.
Okay.
Extremely nervous. I'd like to thank you so much for welcoming. I can't speak. There we are. There we go. There's the start for letting me on your beautiful show this morning.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you so much. Excuse my croaky voice.
Angela's had a big night out. She's had a big night out with friends on the town partying, and but it was fun and it was worth it.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
That is my beautiful people from the Crystal Haven.
Oh, right.
Shall I
Lovely.
plug them straight away, should I?
Yeah, well, let's do that. So, yeah, because at the end of the show, we'll talk about how people can get in touch with you. But I connected with you through the Crystal Haven in Petone, which is a shop I've been going to for quite some time, collecting crystals. And I have met this lovely lady there called Diane. And Diane will be coming on the show in a couple of weeks to talk about some books. And she was telling me about you, and then I made an appointment to come and see you, and here we are. Now you're on the radio. So, yeah, I think Diane's a bit of a connector. She connects people. Really beautiful. Yeah, she is. Yeah, and joyous. And I think that's one of the things about going to a shop like the Crystal Haven is that it is all about the positive energy and that beautiful vibe that comes within that space. So even Jackie, who is the owner of Crystal Haven, will be coming on the show in a couple of weeks. So she was a hard sell, but she's agreed to come on because the story of the Crystal Haven shop is quite fascinating, and even her journey to getting to that store is quite fascinating. So welcome. No need to feel nervous because it's just you and me and the rest of the world. Well, maybe not the rest of the world, but it's you and me. And you're right, it is really kind of nerve-wracking, especially when you're doing something for the first time, something where you are out of your comfort zone. It does certainly make for a nerve-inducing moment. So it's natural. What you're feeling is really natural. Yeah. Yeah, we're just... Yeah, and that's the whole thing, right? We just sit back, relax, play some music, have a bit of a chat, and see what comes up in our conversation today, because I think there'll be a lot of people interested in understanding the work of I'm going to call you a fortune teller, understanding the work of a fortune teller, because I think people associate that word with a great range of different things to do with seeing the future or having their fortune read. And I've just written something here about fortune telling, because when I was doing a bit of research about fortune telling, it dates back to as far as 4000 BCE and was practiced in China, Egypt and Babylonia. And fortune telling played an important part in religion and medicine. And there's so many different modalities of fortune telling, such as astrology, numerology, use of things like tea leaves, playing cards, dice, crystal balls, fire, water, and even scattering of salt. Along with this, we have palmistry. Our own dreams can tell fortunes. There's tarot cards, clairvoyance. Anything else that you think covers? What else do people do to tell fortunes, do you think?
Some people read your face.
Uh-huh.
I've had that done before.
Oh, that's very big in India, face
Is it?
reading.
Is it? Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Yeah.
She said, sit still, I'll read your face. I started smiling. She said, just be natural.
Just be natural.
Just be natural. I smiled. Yeah, that's big.
It is really big. Oh, there's a show. There's a show on Netflix, and it's about Indian matchmaking, and they do a lot of face reading. And because my husband's Indian, or my partner's Indian,
right.
and so even for him, he often reads people's faces because he calls it. Well, he's been told he's a Mooni, and in Indian terms, a Mooni is someone who's a little bit spiritual and psychic, and he's a bit of a guru. And face reading is really big. And even palmistry, he has been and had his palms read in India and been told lots of really fascinating things, but also the astrology, because they believe very big in astrology in India. And And it's very important to have that moment of birth to be able to chart your whole astrological thing. So he often refers back to his astrology chart, you know, in his life and things that he has been told through that, you know, presenting themselves now. So it's really fascinating. So what else? Face reading? Anything else, do you think?
The palmistry.
Yeah, palmistry.
Julian Ching read my hand several times.
Who's Julian Ching?
Julian Ching is in Petone. He's a palmist. He's Chinese, quarter half Chinese, and he does look at your face also and read your hand. He's very accurate. So just like your husband, it's quite interesting you said that. I use the oracle cards also. I connect with them. The tarot, that also, I'm half Italian, so and the rest is English, Irish, and Scottish. Big mix there. I don't know if it's a good mix.
That's a beautiful. That's a beautiful mix. My mum does genealogy, and she's been doing genealogy for some time now. And I think when she comes back to New Zealand, I might bring her in to talk about that, because she has traced our family history right back to what she calls the Romany people, you know, the gypsies. So it's very fascinating when you look back at that. And even for my own family, this desire to seek fortune telling has been very big in our family, dating back generations. So, yeah.
Who wouldn't want to know the future?
Well, some people don't want to know the future.
Some people don't. They're not very open to it. But everybody that I've met, I don't believe that. I don't agree with that. But what did you have to say?
Yeah.
It's really interesting. It's really quite interesting. It's amazing. Yeah. I picked that up about your husband, too. Very spiritual.
Yeah.
Very spiritual.
Yeah, he is.
You've got a beautiful energy.
Oh,
You're
thank
lovely.
you.
Your aura's huge.
Oh, thank you. And I think energy is one of those things. We're in this kind of time in the world where we are understanding more about energy and people's energy, and how our energy can transport us to this place of what they call manifestation, where we are energy, and the energy that we bring to others is so important. And one of the, you know, my kind of guiding star is that I want to be really positive, enlightening energy for people. And I want to walk into a room and light that room up with joy, positivity, and that authenticity that comes from, you know, being me. And I love who I am as a person and who I am as a woman, and what I do to just ignite hope and joy in other people as well. It's really important. So
Really does.
Yeah,
You're
thank
so
you.
welcoming and lovely. I was so nervous, extremely nervous, and it's such a windy day today. And I came in a bit dishevelled, and straight away I saw your beautiful smile, and you stood up and welcomed me. Oh, I felt at ease. See, your voice is coming right now.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's always a fascinating thing. So, fortune telling.
Wow.
How did you start off in this?
Always been interested in it, right from a young age. I remember when I was at high school, some girls had some cards and I was looking at them, and I found out later in life that from my Italian side, my great-grandmother, grandmother as well, read tea leaves, and from the other side, English, Irish, Scottish side, that was done as well. But it's always been kept very quiet. People don't talk about it.
It's almost taboo, isn't it?
It is, actually, it is. It is.
And I think less so now, but certainly
Yes.
more taboo even when I was younger. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But people are looking for something different, but it's not new, it's old, it goes way back, it's very ancient. And when I was a teenager, really, I found out I had the gift. I didn't understand it at first, but then a few pieces keep coming in, left, right and centre, and join the dots. And in my 20s, 30s, really, it started to come to the fore. And I started looking at cards, collecting cards. They keep coming to me, gifted to me.
Oh, they find you?
Yeah, they find you. They do find you.
Yeah.
And I said a few things to a few people, and they came back and said that came true. And then I really seriously got into it. Started with the oracle. There is the tarot, but I don't really resonate with them. They're more structured.
Yeah.
They're I've got a little piece of paper written down. They're made up of 4 suits: cups, which is water; pentacles, which is earth; wands, which is fire; and swords, which is air. And they're usually a standard pack of 78 cards. It's what a lot of tarot card readers use.
And that's what people, it's what is it that the
Rider-Waite.
Rider-Waite.
Yes.
So I've actually learned to read
did you?
tarot cards, and I've got all my little notes on my tarot cards from and my book about it, because I learned from a very reputable psychic in Brisbane where I lived.
Wow.
So I started reading quite a lot, and then things drop off. You move on to different things, so I kind of put them away, but they're always with me.
Wow.
So tarot is one of those things that people kind of straight away associate with fortune telling. But as you say, there's so many other cards that you can use and realms to tap into.
Forms of divination. Oracle, I resonate more with. I do like the tarot, but I do resonate more with oracle cards. They're more diverse, and they're made up of 44, 53, 65 or 78 in a pack.
Is there specific numbering for that? Or
no,
it's just
no, there's not, Jen. Some packs I've got, there's 20. So,
just depends on
whatever,
the card.
just whatever the cards. And they're more a prompt to make you reflect, and their message may even have an action or question or something to consider in their guidebook. And they're emotional. They're quite emotional. I do have quite a few by Stacey DeMarco. She's Italian. And I do have Colette Barron Reed, Kyle Gray, all sorts. I just love them.
It's like a library of oracle cards.
It actually is.
It's beautiful. How many sets you've
I've only bought in two.
Only.
Bought five or six, but they kept coming. They kept coming to me.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So can you take us back to you mentioned in your teenage years, things started to happen to you that led you to believe that there was something happening.
Yes, there was.
Can you share with us what that was?
There was a lady who was Polish, and she came up to me and grabbed my hand and started saying things to me.
Was this here in New Zealand?
This was in New Zealand, yeah. And I saw her later on when I was in my 20s, and she did the same thing, and she said, "You've got to get your message out." And she told me that her mother was in Germany at the time. They were in Germany, and she was Polish, Russian, and German, made up of all that. And her mother actually did the tarot cards and read for some German soldiers and said that Hitler would lose the war, and they laughed it off. But then when it was getting closer, she kept reading, and it was the same outcome. Then they had to leave. They had to leave Germany because she said we had to escape one night, because it was true. Because at that stage, it wasn't looking like he was losing. So, and then she said to me, you have the gift also. Yeah, and I didn't quite understand it. And then a few things kept coming in and out of my life, and then I realised that I did. Yeah. It's a little bit scary at first.
I was going to say, how do you describe the gift?
A blessing. It's just a beautiful gift from God.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, that's true. I've been reading, I've just recently finished a book called Big Magic by Liz Gilbert, who wrote Eat, Pray, Love.
Oh, wow.
And she talks about this idea of ideas coming to us, right?
Yes.
So we get sent ideas, and if we don't act on those ideas, they disappear.
Yes,
and
they do.
go and find somebody else.
That's right.
And an example she used in her book was about a book that she wanted to write. It wasn't Eat, Pray, Love, but she wanted to write this book, and she had mapped this book out, and it was, I think, about a man who had to go to South America and do something in South America, and it was a very specific kind of storyline to this book, but she put the book away, made the notes about it, put it away, and then a couple of years later she met another famous author, and this author said to her, I'm going to write this book, and it's about this man who goes to South America, and there's this woman, and she's like, she had already had this ideation about this book and started writing it, but put it away, and so that idea left her and went to someone else. So she believes that that's what happens. We get an idea, if we don't act on it, it says, okay, you missed your chance, I'm going to find someone who is going to act on it.
To accept it. Once you accept it, the doors open and it's abundant. It's just once you start living and breathing and working in your truth, your love and light, it all comes in. Comes in beautifully for you.
And that's not in just tarot reading, that's in life.
That's in life in general.
Yeah.
And a lot of Chinese people come to me in a past life, I've been told that I have been Chinese. So a lot of Chinese people say, you have the gift, you read with me in China. A lot of people come through. A lot of people think I was in the war. A lot of old-timers I've met years ago, maybe when I was in my 20s and 30s in my working career, I've met a lot of old-timers, lovely gentlemen who've come up to me and said, I knew you from the war. Were you a WAF in the Air Force? And I'm like, no. It's very interesting.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, I have a connection. It's quite strange.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And even this the past life discussion is one that, I'd love to be talking about past lives on the show once. But my sister had an example of something that was happening with her little boy when he was, well, he's grown up now, but when he was little, they were out walking. He probably was only, 2 or 3. And she said we're walking behind him and he's a bit in front of us and he's walking along and he's practicing like cigarette smoking. So my family don't smoke.
No.
He at that young age probably wouldn't have even recognised or understood what smoking was, but she's like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, I'm smoking. I smoke.
Yeah.
And that was
She said, no, you don't.
Yeah, and I think he even mentioned something about why he was smoking, which kind of like linked to that past life stuff. So, yeah,
wow.
Really interesting. Yeah. Shall we play a song?
Yes,
Would you like
please
to play a
do.
song? So Angela has sent in some really cool songs today, a variety of songs, which is always fabulous. And did you have one that you would like to start off with? There's so many here. We've got some Glenn Campbell, Dean Martin, the Beatles, Bette Midler.
Oh, wow.
Katrina and the Waves.
Oh, yes, let's do her.
We'll
Walking
do
on
her.
Sunshine. That's
Kick
quite a
it
good
off
one.
high.
Yes.
So tell us why you love this song and why you've chosen
when I was
to
a
play this
teenager,
today.
it was very popular and it always made me feel quite upbeat.
Yeah. It is one of those songs that's get you on the dance floor kind of song, hey?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so this is, where is it? Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine.
I just can't wait
was Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine. We're here with Angela in the studio today. And let's have a little look at the weather. It is still wild and windy out there. It is 15 degrees, going to reach a top of 17 today, which almost feels tropical. It's going to be mostly cloudy with a possible afternoon shower in the far north and scattered evening showers, and then strong northwesterlies gusting up to 110 k's an hour from late morning. So that's pretty wild for today. Now, I had some feedback that Angela's microphone was not working properly and people couldn't hear us, but thankfully that's rectified now. Live, working in the live studio, hey? Yeah. You're dealing with the technology, and if you've ever been into a radio station, you'll know that there's quite a few things you need to be thinking about. You've got your microphones, you've got your music, your guest, you're thinking about so many things at once. So it really is multitasking 101. But I think we're all good now.
All good. Can they hear me?
Yes, the world can hear you, which is fascinating. And I am recording our show, so people will be able to play it back.
Excellent.
And I'll pop that up on my website.
Lovely.
Later on today or tomorrow. It's 9:52 a.m. This is Hutt Radio. My name is Janie, and this is the Joy Temple program. And I'm really pleased to be here with you today and have my lovely guest, Angela, in the studio. Now, Angela, I talked about fortune telling. So what is the word that you would describe for what you do? Are you a fortune teller? Are you a psychic? Are you a card reader?
Oh,
what?
Right.
Have you give yourself a label?
I would say card reader. I read the cards, and I also do Reiki that goes with that, like a Reiki and a read. So if someone comes to me and they say, can you please just read the cards, I will do that. And they say, could I have a little bit of Reiki maybe at the end?
Or a bit of juice, as you call it.
Bit of juice. I call it a bit of juice. Would you like a bit of juice? Oh, yes, please. Yes.
So people can do Reiki with you or
card reads, yes.
Or a variety of
or a little bit of both.
How do they tie in together?
Well, they came together. I started with the Reiki first. I started with the cards, didn't I? First, and then when I got older, in my 40s, I got into Reiki. They just gel. They just go together. Yes. So
it's energy healing.
It is. It's energy work. Yes, it is, and the two tie in together.
Yeah.
So my gift before the Reiki was the card reading, and when I was attuned to Reiki, they just merged together.
Wow.
So beautifully.
And after I came to see you a couple of weeks ago, and I did make a joke that I was, I said on the radio, so I'm off to see a fortune teller, and maybe she'll know what we're going to talk about today on the radio. Because I think people always have this, sometimes this little, I'm going to call it a little dash of sarcasm sometimes when it comes to fortune telling.
They do.
Which I think is a shame because it is a gift. It's a beautiful gift. And
it's a gift.
Yeah, and I think people have this beautiful gift and they may not know what it is or how to use it or what to do. What would you say to people if they come to you and they say, so I'm having this kind of stuff happening, I'm seeing flutters or hearing things like in a psychic kind of way? What would you tell people?
Open up. Welcome it.
How do you open it?
Become attuned to it. Accept it. Be grateful.
Through gratitude.
Yeah. Ask your guides, ask your angels, ask God just to send it all to you and be grateful and receive it openly. Just be open to it.
Yeah.
Once you do that, fits like a glove.
How do we open up? And I think this is a question that is so interesting for everybody, regardless of what it is you're doing or pursuing. That ability to be open to something is very important and very profound.
It is. Acceptance, accept you have the gift, the ability. You may feel a little bit isolated and on your own. I've always been a bit weird.
Weird is good.
Out of the box, which is wonderful. It is, actually. It is not normal, which is great.
What is normal anyway?
What is normal?
What tells us in this world that there's no real book that says everybody has to be alike? And if we were all alike, how dull would it be?
Be clones, wouldn't we? Clones of each other.
Yeah.
Stand out, stand tall, accept it all, whatever your gift may be.
Yeah.
Accept it gratefully.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think people sometimes struggle to understand what their gift may be.
Yes.
And we were just talking before off air about communication, and Angela really a communicator. I was extremely shy. I had no desire to want to talk to people about anything. I didn't believe I had anything of value or purpose to say to anybody. I know this like meeting me, you're probably going, what? This woman's crazy.
Who was that?
But that was me. I struggled to communicate, and I struggled to feel able to talk to people about anything. And I think that came back to this deep-seated dislike of myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I very quickly tuned into and very quickly changed. And once I was accepting of, you know, what, I do have value and I do have worth and I do have meaning and I do have purpose, life began to open up for me, and that communication came very quickly, but I also put in the effort. And I think when we talk about having a gift, once you realise that you have that gift, it's about then going, what am I going to do? What action and what steps am I going to do now to develop it and embrace it and use it?
Correct. Get it out to the world. It's needed. Raise the vibration of the planet.
Oh, it
the
needs
people
it.
around you, of your family, of your friends. Lift them all up.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, interesting, the gift, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like attracts like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yes.
that's really true too.
Yeah.
And I certainly am very aware of being in a space where the energy is high and
Yes,
pumping
straight
in
away.
a positive way. And
Straight
you can feel it, right?
You can straight away, instantly.
And you can even feel it when you walk past people. In fact, I'm going to tell a dating story because when I lived in Canberra, this was before online dating. So this is back in about 2003, before online dating was really a big thing. People were just kind of getting into it. So there was people who were doing it.
Yes.
But then it was becoming, now this is something that people are trying. And I remember I connected with this guy online and we agreed to meet up in Canberra. And he said, I told him what I said, I'm wearing a yellow dress. And so he knew what I was wearing. And he said, you'll know me. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I'll know you. Anyway, I was walking through the mall in Canberra and I was just on my way to the place that we agreed to meet. And next minute, this man coming the other way, I wasn't kind of looking directly at him, but he came towards me and he came quite close to me and as he walked kind of past me, and I just got the shivers. I just got the absolute shivers. And then he stopped and turned around and goes, hey, it's me. And I was like, it was awful.
I don't think so.
It was so awful. Anyway, we went and had the coffee at this place in Canberra, and the stuff that he was saying, I love to go pig shooting and I own all these guns. And it's like, I don't think you're the guy for me.
Thank you, no thank you.
But straight away his energy
Instantly.
was like, ooh, bad juju.
Instantly. You can tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a horror story. Thanks, Jan. Thank you for your horror story.
And that's the show for today. How funny. So, Angela, why do you think people come to see a fortune teller or a card reader?
They're looking for something in their life, something to lift them up, something positive. I go towards the light. So when I read, I'm channeling messages from above, from their ancestors, relatives, angels, guides, God. They're looking for hope. Hope, inspiration, peace, joy. I make mine fun. We laugh, we cry. It's quite intense. They're looking for something that they haven't got in their own lives at the moment.
And people may not know how to find what it is they want.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or know where to go. They know there's something missing. They're looking for the piece of the puzzle. They know there's something. They're not quite sure. It's a little bit off when they come to me. Sometimes I'm doing a reading for a lady I did the other day, and we were talking away. And then I said, actually, that's a little bit boring, but that's correct. But you're hiding something, and I think this is it. And I said it. We both burst out laughing. She said, that's what I was hiding. I said, well, that's the whole root of the reading. She said, that's right, that's it. And we couldn't stop laughing. And it was something ridiculous. And I said, you were just saying random, strange things to me. She said, I was just testing you, putting a wall up to see if you could break through.
Oh.
It was interesting.
Oh, yeah, people come and test the fortune teller.
Say the wrong name or, give me the wrong information, but it always comes through.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it was quite interesting.
That's what I was talking before about, that like scent of sarcasm. It's like, it's almost like people want to believe it, but then when they don't believe it, it's like, oh, well, I knew that it wouldn't.
I knew you were fake all along.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, that's not your real name. And then one lady said, no, it's not. I said, there you are.
Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
They'll test you.
And I think when I came to see you a couple of weeks ago, I talked to you about this psychic that I'd been to see up in Upper Hutt. And I don't spend my whole life going around to psychics.
No, not much.
Not much, but I have had some really, I guess, clarity. Let's call it clarity.
Yes.
But I went to see this psychic up in Upper Hutt at this fair, and useless. Honestly, he was just useless. And every time I think about it now, I laugh. So it was a 15-minute session.
Yes.
I paid good money for it, 15 minutes. I should have asked my money back. But we spent 2 minutes shuffling the tarot cards.
Right.
Another minute putting the tarot cards out. And he just never told me anything. he told me bugger all. And
zero.
It was zero. And I said, well, he said, we've got any questions? Yeah, how do I make a lot of money? He said, well, you have to work hard. It's like, yeah, well, okay, but what do I have to work? What is it I've got to do to do the hard work? This idiot couldn't tell me anything. And 10 minutes later, it was done.
That was it.
10 minutes.
End of. Thank you. Goodbye. Next.
It was quite hilarious.
That was it.
Yeah, and it's like, how do you, I think word of mouth gives people some sense of who you should be investing your time in when you go to see a fortune teller.
Yes, it's true.
I don't remember this man's name, and I wouldn't recommend him for anything.
No, because zero.
Yeah. But, yeah, definitely word of mouth is something that
yes,
helps.
it's true, isn't it?
Yeah. So you spend part of your weekends doing readings for people. And does that bring you a lot of joy?
I absolutely love it, Jan. It's like I've always meant to do it. That's my real life, really.
Yeah.
I love it. It brings me so much joy and happiness, peace, contentment. Oh, it's wonderful. I love it. I love it. We laugh, we cry. It's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
The truth comes out either way. It just does.
Yeah.
And I can resonate with them. Yeah, I really can. The people that come to me, look, a lot of guys are coming through. A lot of guys, teenage guys in their 20s. Yeah, 30s, 40s.
Well,
it's
they're
quite
new-age
amazing.
men.
Yeah, they actually
Wow.
are. They're very open to it. And, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and I wonder if this is because we are, as I talked about, being in this kind of new age where we are focusing on our own control of life, like doing manifesting and visualizing and tapping into our intuition. And in fact, I was talking earlier on the show about my list of things this year, and one of them was to be tapping back more into my intuition, because I relied on my intuition so much, and I'm a dreamer. I would dream things. Sometimes I would have feelings of things. And an example of this was when I lived in Brisbane. And I think I've shared this before with people on the show. I was at my mum's one night, and we had a DVD that needed to go back to the shopping centre.
Right.
And she said, can you take the DVD back? And I said, I can't. I said, I actually feel really, really sick. Like it just suddenly ill. I said, I feel really sick and I need to go home. And my mum's like, well, can you just take it on the way? I said, no, I need to go straight home. I feel awful. And so she was really mad at me.
Well, she would be.
She was, because there was going to be a fine because the DVD didn't go back. So anyway, I headed off home, and then she rang me shortly after, and she said, how are you? I said, well, I feel fine now. I'm fine. And she said, well, do you know what? I'm so pleased you didn't go and drop that back, because she said, I was so mad. I took it back myself, and the shop had been robbed, and you would have been in there right at that time.
Wow.
So, yeah, intuition is something like what is intuition, and how do we listen to our intuition?
Yeah.
I'm asking the hard questions.
Oh, thank you.
Woo.
Gut feeling, intuition. May feel sick, you may come over deadly sick.
Yeah.
That's your inner voice telling you not to do it, your guides, your angels, Jesus, everyone. It's protection. It's protecting yourself from any danger, any harm, anything.
Headaches. Sometimes I'll get a headache, and I remember I was driving home one day, I had this terrible headache, and it was the same day they had the big earthquake in Newcastle, New South Wales. And, just sometimes I'll get these funny kind of things.
Feelings. Or you come over sick or a horrible feeling or, right away.
Protection.
Right away.
Hey,
Yeah,
amazing.
that's right. So you're protected.
I think so.
Always.
Yeah.
So you never took the DVD back?
Never took it back.
Wow.
But my mum did. And if I had have taken it back at that time, I would have been in the middle of that whole
in the middle of
shambles.
Of course you would have been.
Yeah. So that was, a blessing and someone looking out for me.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Huge.
And what do you think is the most asked question people have?
When they come to see me, wow, it's quite interesting because they've got lots of things to say. They hold back till the end and they let it all out. They'll start on something trivial, like my job. How's my job going?
Oh, yeah.
When they've asked that question, I already know that they're not going to be there long or they're looking for something else.
And they're not really here about
No, they're
the
not
job.
really here about the job at all. How's my job? Will I be okay? Your job's fine. But you're looking to retire, aren't you? And they're like, yeah, actually I am. Because you want to go out in the garden, because that's your passion, that's your joy, that's your love. Actually, it is. And you probably want to move house. We do. That's what we're looking at. That's how it starts to evolve. They always start with something small. Not that the job's small, but something little, and then they go right into it. Then their family comes up, and then it all comes out in the cards.
Amazing.
Yeah, it does. It's amazing. So the job, they might start with that, or my health. I said, well, you're fine. You're okay. Yes, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
some people come with a specific question.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, because I think mine was very specific.
Yours was?
Angela, how do I get myself to the next level of doing the things that I want to do so I don't have to go to a 9-to-5 anymore and, and be able to have the financial freedom?
That's right.
It was almost like an essay.
It was. Hang on a minute. Hold on, Jan. Are you here for half an hour, an hour, or 10 years? Time starts now. Mastermind. Next. It was a bit like that, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I knew the question I wanted to ask, and I'm like everybody else,
Yes.
I have hopes and dreams and
course.
a vision of what I want my future to look like. But like those other people, there's that part of it that is like, what's the missing piece of the puzzle that's stopping me getting where I need to be?
Yeah. They already know. They already know before they've asked the question.
Yeah.
So they might start on that like you did. Bang. Where did we get to? Olivia Newton-John. Olivia Newton-John straight away. It was fantastic.
And you said that was something that was really unusual for you to have that.
It was. She was really strong.
That's amazing.
And I was like, wow, this is odd. But not because she was fantastic, beautiful inside and out. Got her voice to the world, didn't she?
She's really amazing.
Just
It was
fantastic.
amazing, hey.
Yeah.
And, we played You're the One That I Want Before. What a song that is.
Oh,
And,
wow.
even the movie. But, so fantastic. I love it. So which is your favourite set? I know you've got a lot of oracle cards that you use.
Yes,
Is there
I
one
do.
that you're always drawn to?
Well, you were drawn to these, Healing with the Angels, Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I use those quite a lot.
She's got the cards out.
Yeah, I've got the manifestation, forgiveness.
Oh, wow.
Wow. There we are. Wow. Well, there we are. Just asked for Jan and I today. Support. That's who's with us in the room today.
Beautiful.
All your relatives, all your guides, all your angels, all your
People around
ancestors.
us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel that today in the room. You've got a beautiful pink lipstick on. That card's got pink.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, your energy is very strong. Manifestation. As we're speaking.
That just came up again.
Yeah, we're talking about it. We're manifesting it. Here we are on the radio. I was overwhelmed when you asked me. I was just in the radio. Oh.
Is that because you didn't think, firstly, that, well, why would anyone want me to come on the radio?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that's a common thing. Yeah,
Trust. There we are. She looks like you. Beautiful. Blondie. Stunning.
I just believe that
It's very harmonious.
It's
harmonious in here.
Yeah.
See?
And that's nice. And I believe everybody has something to share with others and knowledge to share. And it's a celebration.
It is
There's
a
beautiful
celebration.
cards coming out here.
Beautiful. Well, you're beautiful. You see,
we are
Jan?
sitting
So there
here.
you go. So, we're divinely guided today to come.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's a bit like being on the red carpet or something. I'm on the radio. I'm going to be on the radio.
And it's a shame people can't kind of see this magic that's happening here, but it is certainly magic. And yesterday some magic happened for my partner in India. He's coming home in 10 days, thank goodness.
Wow.
He's been away nearly
amazing.
7 weeks, and it's a long time. But talking about sharing of gifts, right? Sharing things with others. And he's a cricket coach, and yesterday he was out just hanging out with the kids playing cricket, and he came across this young group of kids who were using this big piece of wood full of splinters for a cricket bat. And some of these kids were like 3 or 4, and the wood was as big as the kids were.
Wow.
And he's like, how about I go and get your bat? And he ran back up home, got 2 cricket bats, a couple of cricket balls. He went out and bought some little plastic bats for the kids. And the joy of this was just something that was really special. And, you know, what I want to talk about is sharing things with others.
Yes.
Like being open to sharing things with others is so important as well. And especially if you've got that gift. Like he has a gift for cricket, and he shares his time with people. Like he'll give coaching tips to people that he sees. And even now, you know, you're sharing this beautiful gift with me, and it's really beautiful. Oh. The soulmate card
She's
has
gonna cry.
come up.
And the balance when you were talking about him. Just amazing. Just amazing.
Oh, can I talk about my soulmate for a minute?
Of course you can. Look, the cards are here.
The cards, so she's pulled the soulmate card out.
The crazy card ladies picked the cards.
I love it. I want to talk about finding love through a psychic.
Oh, okay.
And this is certainly something that I have shared before on my show, but I'm going to share it with you now because this is, I guess, a story about the power of being open to possibility, to letting go of what you don't think is possible and having belief in what you do think is possible. And this is kind of a short version of my love story because I moved to Melbourne in 2015 after a very emotionally abusive marriage. I left. I had the opportunity to pack up and move to Melbourne, and I had been in Melbourne a couple of years, and I thought love would really come easily to me.
Yeah.
I really did. And throughout this time of this great life in Melbourne, I was made redundant in my job, which was just horrific, and I struggled to find work, and it was just such a really hard time. And I went to see this fortune teller in Melbourne, and with the intention of asking her, like, what will I do? You know, what will I do? I'm struggling to find work.
Yes.
I was faced with the prospect of going and living in Canberra with my mother in her spare bedroom, which is very sexy for a 52-year-old woman, I can tell you now. Woo, living the big life. And she couldn't really tell me anything about this job, but at the end of this reading, she said, do you have any more questions? And I said, yeah. Can you tell me about my love life?
Yes.
And she stopped and she looked up into the heavens and she said, well, you're going to meet this man and he's going to be this beautiful, well-grounded, tall businessman from overseas. And I was dating a Nigerian man at the time, and I said, is it him? And she said, no. So I quickly got rid of him. But she said, when you meet this man, he's going to be your life partner.
Wow.
I was like, okay. Now, you know, you kind of take it with a grain of salt.
Yes,
because
you do.
What do you believe? What's the chances of it happening? And this is, I think, the whole conversation around fortune telling.
That's correct.
Is it part chance? Is it part then you going away and manifesting and inviting this into your life? But I did go back online, and just a couple of months later, we matched up on Tinder. We went on a date. 2 weeks later, he moved in.
Wow.
Yeah. And she said, he's going to be your life partner, you know, and I was so open to believing that as being the truth and the possibility.
Correct.
And that's what happened. And here we are, 2018, and we're now in 2024, and we're still madly in love. And it's a beautiful love story. And this, you know, this may have happened without the intervention of a psychic, but
maybe
I may not have had the clear path of how to approach what it was I was looking for.
No, that's true. So, and as you were speaking, as you were saying all of that,
the blue flame. So she's got another deck of cards. What are these ones called? Star cards.
These are star seeds.
Star seeds.
So they just have little, and so here's your twin flame, your blue flame.
Oh, my blue flame.
Yeah,
Connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. That's beautiful.
So it's a beautiful story. No limitations. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential. There is much for you to share. Hello.
Yeah.
You're on the radio.
Yeah.
And advancement, a strong energy is propelling you forward, following the stirrings of your heart. Listen how you spoke about him. And starseed, raise the vibration of the planet through your radiant, loving light.
Oh, my goodness. If I could sum up my purpose and my joy and my passion and my reason for existence, I think that's
it.
Love.
As you were speaking.
Yeah. Love, communicating, uplifting. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Everything you said, I was almost in a dream when you were talking about that. It was so beautiful. It was a lovely story.
Wow.
It's the truth. There we are. It was the truth. It was the truth.
It was
you spoke the truth. It's beautiful.
Should we play another song?
Yes, please. Yes, please, Jan.
What would you like to play now? This is a beautiful conversation.
Well, that's Amore, because it was yes, by Dean
song.
Martin.
Okay.
Who didn't love Dean Martin?
And with your half Italian heritage, where did your family come from in Italy?
The north and the south. So they're completely covering the whole place, aren't they,
and,
really?
You know, there's a great divide between the north and the south.
Yes,
in terms
there
of
is.
People and culture and, beliefs and all that
That's
kind
correct.
of stuff. Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Wow.
I love Italy.
Do you?
Both of my sisters' partners Italian.
Wow.
So times have changed. The relationships have changed. But
but still.
they both married Italian men. And we went to New York for my elder sister's wedding. And his family came from Italy and they spoke in Italian. And I fell in love with the language. I just fell in love with the language. And I decided when I came home from New York that I wanted to learn Italian language. And somewhere deep inside of me, I started dreaming in Italian before I could speak it.
Wow.
And I would be having conversations with these old nonnas in these restaurants and doing all this cool stuff in Italian. And I wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, my God, I'm so tired because I've been making spaghetti with the nonnas and talking. And I had no idea what I was saying.
You had no idea?
I couldn't understand it, but I could speak it in my dream.
And you were exhausted.
I was exhausted.
That's so funny.
Well, let's bring a bit more love into the studio with Dean Martin. That's Amore.
Your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pasta fazool, that's amore. When you dance down the street with a cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. When dawn moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore. Shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. That's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Vita Bella, Vita Bella. Hearts will play, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. Lucky fella. Just like pasta, fazool, that's amore. When you dance down the street with the crowd at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore. Amore, that's amore.
Oh, wasn't that beautiful? That was Dean Martin, That's Amore. This is the Joy Temple program. My name is Janie. I have Angela with me in the studio. She's a card reader who reads out of the Crystal Haven store in Petone. And I really do need to apologise to the people that couldn't hear us earlier. I hope we're all good now and hope you can hear everything that we've been sharing today about her journey as a card reader. Angela, when did you start reading cards for people? So I know you're doing it more now, and
yes.
In fact, we're just talking off air. You're going to be at Crystal Haven today from 12:30.
Yes.
You'll be there tomorrow from 11.
Yes.
And on the public holiday,
yes,
you'll be there on
yes.
Monday. So people can get in touch with the store and
yes.
book a spot with you if
correct.
If they want to do that.
Yes.
So you kind of been reading for friends and family.
Yes.
And then when did you go, you know what, I can do more with this and I want to do more with this. How do I make it happen? Tell us about that journey of how that all started.
Well, I started with, and also the Reiki too. So I started to learn Reiki and the two intertwined quite beautifully. And then people kept coming to me asking me could you please give me some juice? That's what I call it. Could you please give me some juice? Can I have some Reiki? Do you do cards as well? Then I started to get the idea, hey, people really want this. They really need it. And then they said, you should do this professionally. You should do. I said, oh, no, I'm not sure about that.
Was that because of fear?
It was fear.
Because of timing wasn't
right?
Yeah,
fear, timing, and I had a job and I thought, but it wasn't, it was flat. It was sort of dead and boring. But this brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
It's my passion. I love it.
Lights you up.
It lights me up completely. Yeah. It's what I've always meant to be doing. It's what I was born to do. Yeah. So much happiness out of it in such a short time.
Isn't it amazing?
It is.
How fulfilled we feel when we are doing something that we love. And we call that being in the flow state, right?
Yes, that's
it's
correct.
Something we can just do for hours and hours without without thinking about it, without eating, without doing anything, without going to the toilet. Like you just do it because it just feels so good and brings us that joy.
Yes.
And maybe that's part of the struggle with people is that they don't have that thing in their life that they feel that they have the flow. So for you, you've got that. And then you just one day went, right, I'm going to start to...
That's it.
Were you just reading privately somewhere else?
I was, and then I actually just had a reading with Julian Ching. He read my hand, and I hadn't seen him for a long time. We had lunch together. He just told me some beautiful things. He said, it's going to happen very quickly for you. You should be doing this. You should be reading. Incorporate the Reiki. You've got both gifts. I put it together. And I said, well, I kind of do now, just, in my spare time, and I kind of do it here, there, and everywhere. No, he said, it's going to happen. It's going to go big. Do it professionally.
Wow. Do it. And here you are now. You're a radio star.
Here I am. He said it's going to be quick. I sort of walked into the Crystal Haven. There was beautiful Diane. Got talking, got chatting. She's written a book, tried to shove one down my throat.
Right, yeah.
I said, hey, you can't do that. I've got the Reiki. Oh, you do Reiki? Oh, really? You got the Reiki? I said, yeah, I have the Reiki. Do you read cards? I said, right, I read cards. Do you want to read for us? Yes, I do. Bang, that's how quick it was.
There you go. And
That's
how
how
it should
quick it
be,
was.
hey.
Loved her instantly. I better sing out to all of them now, shall I?
Yes, give them a shout out.
Hello, Diane, you angel. Jackie, you angel. Vanessa, hello, you're an angel. Andy, Grace, all my family, all my friends, everyone who loves me.
Beautiful.
You too, Jan. You're in it. You're in the community. You're in the family.
I
you're
am in the family now.
Look, you're it.
Yeah, and last week after the show, I went to meet Angela to talk about what we were going to talk about today, and I got to the Crystal Haven, and Diane was so beautiful.
Wow.
She's have a cup of tea, and there was carrot cake, and we sat and just had a chat.
Yes.
And one of the things I find really endearing about you is that you just share messages with people.
Yes.
You don't. How do I explain this? When you meet someone who reads fortune and tells a fortune, there's this kind of uncomfortable about you don't want people to think you're just coming to see them to get information, right?
Correct.
Yeah?
That's right.
And that's what I think happens a lot. But you're just so giving with messaging and stuff like that. It's really beautiful, and it's unexpected, and it's joyous and greatly received.
Thank you. It's an energy exchange too.
Yeah.
It's an energy exchange. You're very powerful. So it's a flow. It goes back and forth, and just messages come. So, and I am true and authentic and genuine. So to prove that to people, you might just have a quick message to give them.
Amazing.
Well, do you read? Yes. Do you want a reading? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That's how fast it works.
Yeah.
And it's a whole other world. It's my real world in actuality.
Yeah.
It is.
And so you get, I asked before whether you medium, you do there's some clairaudience,
Yes.
you get messages
Yes,
from
I hear,
from
I
spirit.
see. Sometimes I'll have a funny feeling, like the shoes.
Oh, yeah.
When I was reading for that lady and my shoes were so tight, I said, look, excuse me, I have to take my shoes off. This is ridiculous. They're brand new, but I have to take them off. And she said, that's exactly what I'm facing at the job. The shoes don't fit and they're so tight.
Wow.
They're squeezing me. And I said, oh, well, no, that's not the job for you then, is it? She said, that's just what I was thinking.
Wow. That's
Back to the job again.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. And then after we talked it out, and after about 20 minutes, I put my shoes on, fitted perfectly.
How fun is that?
It's really weird.
It's almost like you were channeling.
Yeah, it was.
That's amazing.
It's really bizarre.
Now, before we had our session, when I came to see you, you said to me, do you want Reiki or cards? And I was a bit like, I didn't quite understand what the Reiki aspect of all of this was.
No.
And you straight away went, I'm going to give you cards, right? So you picked a set of cards and off you went. But at the end, you did give me some juice.
The juice.
She gave me some juice. And the next day I woke up. So I came to see you on a Sunday. I woke up on Monday. I felt god awful.
That's right.
I had my sinuses were blocked with my throat was sore. I was feeling achy and unwell, and the only thing I could put it back to was the juice. And because you said to me, I'm going to clear some frustration for you, and I believe that our body does hold
blockages. Yes. Negative energy.
Absolutely.
That's correct.
And one of the most amazing books I've ever read in my life was Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life.
Yes, I've got that, 2 copies.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful book about healing and how our body has the ability to self-heal. And I really did feel after that session that, something is clearing out of me, which is amazing. And our body does that. It makes us sick to make us better.
It does. Her main message, Louise Hay, is the root of everything, every illness. I love and approve of myself.
Yeah.
It's quite hard and difficult to say.
Yeah.
People say, I struggle to say that. Like water heals everything. I love and approve of myself. I love myself. A lot of people say, I don't want to talk like that. Well, if you don't love yourself,
funny
it's
how
quite interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, she's right.
Yeah, and this is something that I come up a lot within my mentoring is around encouraging women to start to love themselves.
Please.
It's the power of being.
Step forward. They're so busy being mothers and wives and partners and career women, they forget about themselves. They forget.
Yeah. And we have these ingrained beliefs that have come with us, almost probably since birth, telling us that we're not worthy, we're not good enough, we're not deserving. And therefore our lack of self-love is very prominent, in so many people.
It actually is. Squashed down, repressed, suppressed, oppressed, depressed, keep them down.
Yeah.
Jackie said to me last night that I am to say today that I am the best reader they've ever had.
Wow.
I said, thank you so much. It's amazing.
That's beautiful.
It's just, look, Diane washed the room, vacuumed it, dusted it, cleansed it, a brand new carpet, cushions, everything.
It's a beautiful
chairs.
little reading room.
It's a beautiful room.
It's
Buddhas,
gorgeous.
crystal, everything. Everything. It's
Isn't
been
that nice?
prayed, Reiki'd, blessed. It's stunning. It's like I've always been there.
Isn't that amazing?
It actually is.
Wow, that's really gorgeous.
It is. And when you came in, you fitted so beautifully.
Yeah.
It's like, come in. Do you like my room? Or Jan, do you like my room?
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about Reiki because it was something that, as you said, you offered me Reiki or cards.
Yes.
So how did you discover Reiki? How does that fit into what you do?
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
I was told by Sue Nicholson about 20 years ago. She's a, famous Sue Nicholson.
You know what? I don't know Sue Nicholson.
Oh, okay.
But I have been watching a show on TVNZ by, what's his name, James Musterpick.
Oh, okay.
And
right.
he's been going around and talking to all of these people who've disappeared or had impact in his life. And she came up, Sue Nicholson, because was there a show, a psychic
Sensing
show?
Murder, she was on that.
Right.
But I went to her kind of early stages of becoming famous. One of my friends said, you must go and see her. She's very, very good. So I went 3 times and everything she said was true and accurate. And she said, gee, I would like to teach you Reiki. And I said, oh, yes. I thought, what's she talking about? Kung Fu or something. And she said, you're going to be good at it. I want to teach you, but I won't teach you. Someone else will teach you and you'll be good at it and you'll take off in your life. And I thought, I don't even understand what she's talking about.
Reiki?
What is Reiki?
So what is Reiki?
So Reiki is energy healing. It's Japanese. It comes from God. It's a gift and you become attuned. I came to it. I was very ill in my life and I've been to several doctors. They couldn't help me. So I rang, one of my friends said, look, you need acupuncture. So I rang a woman and she said, I can't help you at the moment. I'm in England. I thought, wow, I do acupuncture. Here's the name of, and I can plug her, Lois Reed. She's a Reiki master. She will help you.
Here in New Zealand.
Here in New Zealand, yes, in New Zealand, across the road.
I'm here on High Street.
High Street, yes. So I rang her and all I could get out was, could you help me? Please, could you help me, Lois? And she said, I can help you, darling. Instantly, I heard her voice. Could you come tomorrow? I said, yes, I can come tomorrow. My appointment is 12 o'clock. I said, I can't come at 12, Lois. Tears, floods of tears because I felt so ill. When can you come, darling? I said, I can come at 12:30. Oh. She said, everyone resists it. The first time, they're scared of it. Of it. First time I walked in, she was beautiful. I just cried for about an hour and a half. She gave me a Reiki massage and some healing, and she started talking about all my relatives that are passed on instantly. She said, I can help you. I can heal you. There's actually nothing wrong with you. You'll be okay.
That's amazing.
I was going out. There wasn't much left in the tank.
Yeah.
I didn't think I had long to live.
Oh, my goodness.
Truly, it was quite bad.
Wow.
I was getting sicker and sicker every day.
An unknown.
Yes, the doctors, and there's nothing wrong with you. I couldn't walk. I was vomiting 5 or 6 times a day. Very ill. Terrible.
Holy moly. Wow. So
and then that's it.
The energy.
Reiki saved my life.
There you go.
Lois saved my life.
That's
Actuality.
amazing.
And then
God
my
bless
relatives.
Lois.
Yes, God bless her. Thank you. And about a year later, some relatives said to me, weren't you quite ill? I was. I said, but I'm completely healed now.
Yeah.
Yes, people don't even ask you anymore.
You're just you.
I'm just
thriving.
you. I'm just alive. Yeah. That was it. And then from that day onwards, I learned from her. And then she told me, you've now got the gift of Reiki. Also, you have the gift of reading cards. You must use this.
Double banger.
Double banger. Double whammy. I don't do anything by halves. I'm a Leo. Double whammy. So that's it. So don't suppress it. Don't keep it down any longer. Don't be put down. Get out there.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So in the room at Crystal Haven,
yes,
where you do the cards,
yes,
how would you do? Like, would someone come and do a full Reiki session?
I don't do Reiki massage or anything like that. So all I do, like I did with you, was I'll judge straight away what they'll need. They might say, I just want a card reading. Okay, so that's fine. Some people just have a card reading. That's totally fine. And then as with you, I connected quite strongly to you instantly. And then I said, I'll just give you a bit of juice at the end of it. Bang, that was it. That was it.
Yeah, I love that concept of a bit of juice. And I think that carries over to just you know, in life in general.
Oh,
you know,
totally.
We all need a bit of juice to just bring the energy up. And one of the things I do every morning is dancing, because I love to just get that energy moving, to do something that makes me feel happy and joyous. And
Yes.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
We need our juice.
Oh, we do. And it worked because, you know, and if people think, oh, it's a load of rubbish, that's fine. It's up to them, totally. They don't. They come back and they say thank you straight away, or it started with they used to bring me a coffee or a sandwich or lunch, or bang, 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 bang. My mother said thank you. That really worked for her. It's like, oh, your mother's 78 with a terrible, painful shoulder. Yes, but you held her hand and now she feels a lot better. I said, okay. All right, thanks. That's the feedback. That's it. Yeah. So as Lois said, Sue Nicholson, Julian, get it out there. Get it out there. And here I am.
Got your own
getting it out
setup.
there. Everything's midlife. I had a reading. One woman said everything's midlife.
What do you determine as midlife? What is midlife?
Well, I'm in my 50s, so I'm 54. Yeah, like you. But life begins. I feel like I'm about 20 years younger.
Yeah.
The other life hasn't even it doesn't exist. It's like, yeah, I've had that life. Was it real?
But all those parts of that life have brought you to where you are now. And
completely.
That's how I feel about my life.
Yes.
It's like I've had all of these like crazy things happen, and it's like, oh, not another thing, another thing. But it's like, okay, all of those learnings and those experiences have brought me right to this very moment where I'm sitting in a radio station doing something that I'm really enjoying and having conversations with people who are finding me and wanting to share their story. And that's, you know, that's uplifting and inspiring for others, you know, to be able to do that.
It is.
So, cool.
So thank all those traumatic experiences.
I know. And
I haven't had an easy road either. Quite nasty, quite cruel, quite unkind, uncaring experiences in my life. Oh, yes, quite bad, but I've survived it. And I'm grateful. I'm thankful to those people for showing that side to me. I was also told that people reveal themselves to you. It's not pleasant, but they're showing you their shadow side, the true side.
Yeah.
I'm authentic. I'm real. I'm true. I've survived it. I'm here.
And sometimes it, you know, we talk about having hard lessons to learn, but sometimes we have these experiences in life and it's like, why is this happening to me? And
that's right.
And it's hard to see something positive or a way through it, you know, because we're so focused on this event that's happening. But if we can just be accepting that this is what it is right now and this is happening for a purpose and a reason, which is really hard to do.
It's hard and difficult. We do
fight it, and then let the pathway clear, because we can't hold on to one constant thing forever.
No,
you know,
we can't.
life changes, and like you say, midlife. Look at you now in midlife compared to
that's right.
Before,
it's pretty low.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Right up.
Yeah.
I've raised up pretty high. Pretty high.
Should we play another song?
Yes, please.
We've got
Come
about
on, Jan.
It's 10:39. You're on Hutt Radio. This is the Joy Temple program. Time flies when you're in the studio,
Sure
Angela,
does.
because it's just such a beautiful.
It's amazing.
It's a really peaceful time, you know, getting to just sit and talk and share. And I just love being able to do this. So
wonderful.
Yeah, it is. What would you like to play now?
Oh, what have we got?
We have got. Let's have a look at the menu, shall we?
Yes, please.
We have got All You Need Is Love by the Beatles, Bette Midler, Wind Beneath My Wings, Gentle on My Mind by Glenn Campbell, Olivia Newton-John, Xanadu. Was there something else?
Should we play Glenn Campbell maybe?
Yeah, let's do that.
They do this. Yeah.
Tell us why you like this song. Why did you pick
because,
this today?
I grew up in the, 70s. So he was quite prominent then. One of my best friends, Vanessa, she loves Glenn Campbell, so it's a tribute to her as well.
Beautiful.
And I asked her, I said, come on, pick a song. I've got 5, I need one more.
And this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful.
He's a very underrated artist,
Actually,
I think,
he
Glenn
is.
Campbell.
Yeah, he actually is.
Yeah. And one thing that's been coming up on TikTok is Neil Sedaka. You know, I do a bit of scrolling and it's like Neil Sedaka's coming. Neil Sedaka. And it's like people are going, who's Neil Sedaka? Well, he's actually a pretty cool singer from way back. The Crooners, aren't they?
Crooners.
He was a crooner.
Yeah, the Crooners.
But yeah, Glenn Campbell's definitely.
Oh, yeah, he's one of them.
So this is Gentle on My Mind
that's nice.
by Glenn Campbell.
It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. That makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that are dried upon some line. That keeps you in the back roads by the rivers of my memory. It keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now that bind me, or something that somebody said because they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiving when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind. Though the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, and some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone, I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and a summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. But not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind. I dip my cup of soup back from a gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My beard a roughening coal pile and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cupped hands round the tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast and find that you're waiting from the back roads by the rivers of my memories, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind.
Welcome back. This is the Joy Temple program. My name is Jenny. You're on Hutt Radio, your voice in the valley, 88.3 FM, and you can listen live anywhere on iHeartRadio, which is fantastic. I'm with Angela. We've got about 15 minutes left on the show, and we're just talking about love. It's amazing what you talk about off air compared to on air. We're just talking about love and
passion was the first card, wasn't it? That came
passion.
out.
She's got
passion.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I better say hello to Anne in Australia. You know who you are, my lovely friend.
Hello, Anne. Where does Anne live?
In Australia. She's on the Gold Coast.
Oh, beautiful.
At the nice.
Nice
and hot.
Hope so.
Yeah, well, I hope so. What's it like over there now?
Yeah, Anne can let you know what the weather's
she can
like.
let me know if she can hear us or not.
Amazing. Well, it's certainly not looking so fabulous outside. Let's check the weather, hey? Yep. It is a bit windy. I can see it outside here from the studio. We're on High Street in Lower Hutt. 215 is our address. And if you see the curtain open outside, as you walk past the studio, say hello, because there's usually someone inside doing a show like we are now, and you can give us a wave as you walk past. It's still feeling like 15 degrees. We're heading for a top of 17 and a low of 8 tonight. Mostly cloudy today with a possible afternoon shower in the far north and scattered evening showers. Strong northwesterlies. Gales gusting up to 110 kilometres an hour in exposed places from late morning. Tomorrow we're heading for a top of 16 and a low of 7. It's going to be partly cloudy with southerlies turning northwesterly in the evening. And then for our public holiday on Monday, looks like more wind. Top of 15, a low of 8. Fine, but becoming cloudy in the afternoon with the chance of a shower and strong southerlies developing in the afternoon as well. It's 10:45 a.m. I'm here with Angela, and we are talking about fortune telling, the oracle, tarot, life, and intuition, and all things beautiful and spiritual. And you're heading off to work
Yes,
You're
I
heading
am.
off to work after this?
Yes, I'd just like to say my friend Terry and Frank, my lovely friends, they've popped in several times to see me at the shop, but I've been busy and they've bought me a muffin. So thank you to you two beautiful people.
Take food.
Yeah, take food. No. But thanks to Terry and Frank and my other lovely work colleagues at work who know I do this. And they've just been very supportive and very kind and caring. Send people my way.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it actually is.
Yeah, because often, when we start on a new venture,
yes,
there's a part of self-promotion. And I'm an awful self-promoter. I'm hopeless at self-promoting.
Terrible.
And yet I know what it is that I am good at. I know my impact on the world and on other people, but my self-promotion is terrible. So promoting you today, you work in Crystal Haven on Saturdays and Sundays. You'll be there on Monday. You do readings and give people some Reiki juice, which is fantastic.
Yes, I do.
And people can call the store and make an appointment, or they can wander into the store and see if you have spots available, because sometimes you do have walk-ins there, which
I do.
Which
That's
is
good too, yes.
Yeah, we've got bipping. And so we've got some bipping happening in the background, which is not anything serious or to worry about. But in Indian culture, when my partner Shakti and I are talking about important things of note and power, we'll often hear something like a ding or a bell, because it's a sign from the universe that we are on the right path and on the right track. So we've got lots of dinging here.
Wow. I think we've raised a vibration for the planet, Jan. I think that's what we've done. Oh, wow.
And you love doing this because it brings you joy. What is joy to you? Tell us
happiness, peace, harmony, that everyone I love, my family, my friends are all well. Brings me joy, lifts me right up to do what I do, to get my gift out to the world, to help people. To help people is the main thing.
Yeah.
It's just sharing the energy, sharing the joy, sharing the love. We laugh, we cry, we go everywhere with it.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I think that's one of the things about going to see somebody who does tell fortune and reads cards, is that element of, you are conscious that you are with another soul, another human being with you here who could be going through something quite wonderful or quite traumatic, and therefore there's a level of compassion and empathy that comes in doing what you do.
Yes, there
as well.
is. There actually is.
And a level of authenticity and
thank you.
And trust. We're trusting your guidance and your gift to help us on our path, and that's really lovely.
It's lovely.
Wow.
I do share a little bit of myself, my crazy life.
Yeah.
It makes them laugh.
What
Opens
makes
them
your
up.
life crazy?
Oh, I just am a bit crazy for starters, but nothing normal really that's happened to me. I haven't had a normal life, and that people love it.
Yeah.
Because they can share it.
They relate to it.
They relate to it.
Relate.
Things that have been said to me have been quite obscure and bizarre. I was getting on the train the other day, and just as I was about to get on, the guards called out to me in front of everyone, no, you can't get on the door. You're too wide. You're too wide. You can't get through. You're too wide. I thought, heavens above. And as I got on, so I did. The doors were starting to close, but I sort of sprinted. And I got in and I said, well, I may be too wide, but I got through the doors and I never snapped on. And everyone burst out laughing. There's about 10 people who started laughing. Oh, sit down, she said, just sit down.
Yeah.
So that's not normal. A lot of people would be offended, but I thought it was laughable.
That's funny.
You're too wide. Instead of saying, look, I don't think you're going to fit, the doors will close, so you're too wide.
Too wide.
Thanks for that.
So what else do you do in your spare time that brings you joy and passion?
I do love movies. I love watching the movies.
Oh, you said you'd watched a few movies.
Yes, I did.
Night.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was wired. I was right up there. I like to walk. I used to swim quite a lot, but that's a bit cold now, isn't it?
Well, we've got the new pool opening in Nainai soon.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, wow. Let's plug that.
It's coming up at the end of the year. The new pool's coming, and the community centre's about to open in June, which is really exciting for Nainai.
Right.
It's going to have a nice presence there because I live in Nainai. So
do you? Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, that's not far. I'll plug Norma Blue Cafe. Those ladies are very nice, make lovely
I haven't
coffees.
Heard of this. Where is this?
Norma Blue in Waterloo. They've got an ATM. They've got a couple of fish and chip shops. They've got a laundromat, and
is it in the main little shopping?
Yeah, it is on the left-hand side, opposite the railway station.
Oh, no, I haven't.
Oh,
seen
okay.
That.
Norma Blue. They do lovely coffees, and they're very nice ladies.
On the southern side, they're going to town side, or they're going to the Hutt side?
On like this side, going to it's where Waterloo Station is.
Yeah.
They're on this side where we are, not the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't think. Hardy Street, sort of along the.
I'll have a look.
I'm going to have a look.
Drive by.
Have a
I'm always
look. Go
looking
and
for a
try
nice-
them. Yeah.
We're always looking for a nice coffee shop.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Normal
Love
blue.
it.
Plug
It's
in.
10:50 a.m. This
Ooh.
is the Joy Temple program on Hutt Radio. I just want to give a shout out to our other volunteer presenters and to all the people who support the station, because we wouldn't be on air without our wonderful supporters who keep us going. So that's really fantastic. And if you'd like to offer any support to the station, get in touch, because we're always happy to have a talk to you and see how we can help you and maybe how you can help us. So it's 10:51 a.m. This is the 1st of June. It's looking yucky outside. This afternoon, I am off to get my other side of my nose pierced.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm sharing that today because on my birthday last year, I decided to go and get the other side of my nose pierced because following, embedded in this Indian culture that I am.
Yes.
And it didn't go so well. So I'm really looking forward to today. I'm looking forward to going and getting it done. I'm going to get a matching stud on the other side. So that'll be
lovely.
A fun afternoon
Nice.
for me. And I'll definitely then be heading home and just relaxing and probably not going in the garden today, as
No.
I said I would be. We've got time for one more song. What would you like to hear now, Angela, as a wrap-up song for
What have we
today?
got? What have we got? What's left?
Xanadu, Bette Midler, The Beatles.
Oh.
Do any of those appeal to you?
Xanadu's quite nice.
Xanadu?
Yeah, come on, give us some.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think we need to
Yeah.
wrap up with Olivia
I think we
Newton-John,
do.
Xanadu, because she was the connector.
She was the
when I came to see
connector.
you. And I'm so grateful that I have had an opportunity to meet you.
Thank you.
I feel like I've formed some beautiful new friendships. And as a woman in her 50s who has, not been in New Zealand that long, I'm so grateful for the women and the people who I meet along my path of life. And I never take anyone for granted. And it's really joyous to be able to know that I can wander into the shop and I'm welcomed and I'll get a hug.
Yes.
And it just feels really,
lovely.
really lovely and special.
Well, thank you for having me on today.
It's been a delight.
It has. It's been wonderful. And a little secret message to my lovely little SB. Thank you, SB, for your prayers, love and support. Just go on and be yourself, she said.
Oh,
praying hard out for me. So that's beautiful,
There you
isn't
go.
it?
You've got a lot of people to
Earth
support
angel.
you, which is really...
There is a lot of earth angels
Yeah.
around me, even in the studio today. There's
It's
a lot.
lovely. And
Yeah.
I think, people need to take that hope on board, that there is always a way, there's always a path, there's always people who will be there to help you and support you and lift you up. And
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, and it's a really important message that we need to
It is.
share out in the world, because it is...
We need it.
Yeah,
it's
it's
much
tough out
needed.
there.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much, Jen, for having me on your beautiful show.
It's been my pleasure.
Oh,
and, maybe
lovely.
we can get you back and we can do some more
Do you think
readings
so?
or something. Absolutely.
I hope so. It's lovely now I've come into the studio.
Yeah, she's feeling all calm.
I'm
ready for
feeling
this
comfortable now. It's nearly finished.
Yeah.
It's nearly over.
Well,
Oh,
it's
wow.
10:54 a.m. I'm about to wrap up the Joy Temple program for today. It's been lovely having you in. Just a reminder about our other great shows that we have coming up with our live presenters who come into the studio each week. We've got Ryan and we've got Andrew and Ted and Angelica. Really appreciate them all, giving up their time to put, a voice in the valley for everybody. I have next week coming on the show Tiffany Beast. She's coming back. She was here a couple of weeks ago, and Tiffany is the orthobionomist. She's an author. What was her book? Feeling, Seeing, Being, Hearing with Spirit. And she is going to come in and talk to us more about nutrition and diet, because she is a naturopath. And she is also going to be doing some readings for us next week, which is really lovely.
Wow.
2 weeks in a row, I've got these beautiful spiritual beings coming in and sharing
Lovely.
time with us on the show.
Great.
And you are more than welcome to come back anytime, Angela. It's
Oh,
been,
thank you, Jen.
been a
You're
delight.
amazing.
Even if you want to just come and sit in the studio.
I think I will.
Come
I'm in
play
now.
some songs.
I'm in. I will, definitely. It's lovely. It's lovely here.
Yeah,
You're lovely.
It is. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Really lovely. Well, we're going to wrap up with Xanadu by Olivia Newton-John. Have a great long weekend, everybody. Whatever it is you're doing, I really appreciate you listening in today. With wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a great weekend. May it be full of fun and joy. And that's it. More
Thank
joy.
you. Love and laughter.
Yeah. Love and light and laughter. See you next week, everybody.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much.
Say